The holiday season is upon us, and if you love that taste of ham, but want something a little smaller, Laura Kurella, you have something just right for anybody.
Oh yes, I love the idea of having a ham during the holidays, but a lot of times we're not going to have a big house full of people, or we might just live alone or be an empty nester and actually have the joy of having a quiet holiday season. And so I like the idea of taking a slice of that big ham and making it into a nice ham steak. And if you don't have the ability to get the ham steaks with the bone in, you can also buy the packages of the sliced ones that Ebels offers.
Yeah,
we offer very nice.
We offer so many selections for families of all sizes. We have really big old-fashioned hams, and then just as simple as this, and also we have a favorite of mine is our Legend, our 1920 Legend ham, which is just super petite and just all full of delicious flavor.
Oh, how neat.
Yeah.
And another nice thing about the smaller pieces too is that you can custom tailor each slice to suit someone's taste.
Well, let's see how you're gonna cook it up for us today.
By starting with pineapple, you have a few choices today. You could buy the fresh if you really like to work your arms with a big knife, or you can go with the one that's already been chopped for you, so it's still fresh, but you have to just slice it. And the nice thing about going with this is that you can slice it as thick or as thin as you like. I like a little bit fatter of a slice, so I'll slice a few of these up so we can have them ready.
I love how fresh that looks.
Yes, and the smell is just so good. And it's all that is to do before you just pop it in your skillet on the stove. Now we are ready to get cooking, and we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of butter. And if you don't use butter, you don't have to use butter. You can add anything you like. We're just gonna slide her in. And so, I like to add the pineapple in just a couple pieces, but not too many, because if you overcrowd the ham, it won't get a nice sear. You want a nice sear, so you want your flame nice, or your heat rather, nice and hot. So we're letting this cook, and the aroma is just wafting up like we've got a ham baking in the oven. It's oh so delicious.
I think what I like about this too is that you're not gonna spend all day in the kitchen on a holiday with this recipe.
No, you won't. And what's even nicer about this is if you really want to get crazy, is you could actually, if you're gonna have a few guests, let them make their own. Let them step up to the stove and cook their own. And what you want to do is, after it's been cooking a bit, is go ahead and take a little peek and see how the pieces are looking. I can judge just by looking at the pineapple what the ham is doing. So I'm leaving that to stay down because I want to get a bit of a char to it. I love that little crispy caramelization that occurs from the sugars that are coming out of the ham. See how she's doing. Oh, look at that. We're getting, see the perfect char? So when you see that perfect char, it's time to give her a flip. Look at that. Oh, wow. Very nice. And it's time to flip the pineapple pieces that are in here as well. And you can add as much pineapple as you like. You can do a little can worth if you like, or you can do how many pieces you think will be served. A steak about this size is probably enough for 4 people easily, unless you've got some big appetites in the house. But you can also plan on having leftovers too. The original recipe called for mixing a little bit of water and cornstarch to create a sauce in it. But what I'd like to do is I still keep the cornstarch in a cup, but instead of adding water, if I have the juice of the pineapple, or if I have some of my own maple syrup, because my husband likes to tap our trees, I add that. And what that does, as you can see, I'm getting about a 1/4 cup of juice from the can, and I think from the fresh pineapple slice, I've got a little bit more, so it gives me almost 1/2 cup. So having that much is giving me plenty of juice. It's just so amazing. So adding that, I'm gonna get this big, gives us our nice, look at that, it's like perfect. And now for the seasoning, I'm gonna go with a Chinese 5-spice because it gives you not only the clove, but it also gives you the 4 other spices in the Chinese 5-spice, which is some ginger and nutmeg, and so you're gonna get another dimension of flavor that you're adding. And I just sprinkle it over everything in the pan. So you can give it as much or as little as you like. And in lieu of the Hungarian paprika, if you don't have it, you can use just good old plain black pepper. And what I like about the pepper is that it will deliver balance to the sweetness, which will make the sweet taste even sweeter. And since the ham is naturally salty, you don't want to add any salt to this dish. Look how pretty that looks. All right. Yeah, she's ready to be turned off. And so in just a few minutes' time, we have this beautiful ham steak that is probably enough for 4 people to enjoy in one single meal. And so not only are you getting that amazing flavor and richness of the holiday ham, but you're doing it in such a small amount of time, and it didn't mess up the kitchen or take up any oven space.